Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a plan with me for the week of February 3rd through the 9th using this Frosty Treehouse kit from Pink Planner Shop. This is really special art. I feel like it's so pretty and sweet. There was another treehouse kit that came out that was fall themed, but I really liked this one so much better. I just loved the icy blues and the snowflakes. It was just a perfect winter kit and I knew I had to use it. One of the fun things about this particular kit is that I used 4 different sets of blue foil in this kit. I had a bundle from SPC. I had this freebie from Plannahannah, and that was in a foil of the month, which was like a blue silver. That is a hollow foil, so it's actually 5 foils. These are Jack Frost underlays in ice foil that I bought a long time ago, and then I paired it with this Scribble Prints Co. bundle in blue hollow. I think this is Twinkle, I want to say, but really delicate, really pretty. I ended up not using those underlays and I just saved them because they're blue foil and I can use them with other things. I did use the washi and the date numbers that came with this bundle. And then I had this mixed winter in a dark blue. These were just winter quotes. So I thought I would tie all of these things together in this one spread and see how everything came out. So this was a really difficult week for me emotionally. You're going to see some gaps in this plan with me, so just bear with me. One day I will share what all of that is about, but in the meantime, I am not going to share everything right this minute. Um, but yeah, this was a really crazy week, and it actually wasn't as cold as this kit implies. North Carolina is very weird weather. You can wake up and it can be 20 something degrees, and then by 3 p.m., it could be 70 degrees. So it's really difficult to know how to dress. But I was able to kind of pull myself together this week and get everything sorted. So, um, yeah, I was just kind of a mess, but look how pretty that came out. So gorgeous. Oh, okay, so this is my very first time using Undo. I got this, I actually got like 3 different adhesive removers. This in one order. One was like for bodily stuff for bandages, one was removers for my fake nails, and then it was the Undo. So it was really funny, but I never used it before. It is really remarkable. It manages to get the stick, like you could take the foiled stickers off of the other stickers and it was still sticky. I mean, it was very, very cool. It has an awful smell. So I'm trying to be really, really careful with it because it is a chemical. You can't actually buy it in California, which is not great, you know? um, but it was my first time using it and I thought it was really useful. I used it a few times actually because I was having difficulty. I usually do it previously, like whenever I've set planner spreads up, I go from uh, the at first part of the week to the last part of the week. And because ever since I've had this split sheet, I've been doing it backwards, but sometimes that means I'll put the wrong stickers down on the wrong page. So I've done this multiple times now with the washi, but so this was I tried doing the little blue foil on top. But here's the thing about stacking foils. When you stack one foil sheet on top of another, you're essentially muting everything that's on the bottom, and then the foil doesn't shine through. So what you end up with is one really muted foil sheet on top of another. And I just felt like that was such a waste given how pretty these underlays were. So I decided ultimately not to double up. I think in the future, if I was going to double up, I'd put the tiny confetti down first and then the bigger um, foil on top. But that's not how I was laying them down. So I ended up just putting the Jack Frost underlays down, which looked perfect with this kit. I think ice was definitely the best color for this. Um, and I went with that. So that ended up working out really, really well. Um, but overall, the undo saved me there because that would have looked really weird. um, so this is the first half of the week coming up now, and I was trying to figure out there were so many good full boxes in this kit. I didn't use any extenders. I probably should have, but this was also the week that I lost my bullet journal and I was using this undated planner, which I'm not really loving anymore. I'm glad I got the undated one and didn't commit to like a full year of that planner because it wasn't very good and I didn't like it. I love that book stack. There's some great titles in that book stack, actually. The Three Musketeers, Swiss Family Robinson, Jane Eyre, Call of the Wild, which I'm not a fan of Jack London, sorry. Um, but Narnia and then Around the World in 80 Days. So really, really cute book stack there. Um, I ended up covering up that mug sticker because I really wanted to use the little dog with the glasses reading, and I realized I didn't have enough space. So I ended up putting a sort of full box there and then covering that one up eventually. Um, and then I used the Have the Day You Deserve on top of that planner on the side. So I had so much to work with here. Oh my gosh, I just had tons and tons and tons of foil. Um, but yeah, it was it was crazy. But I really like the blue hollow with the ice. I think you can definitely put those two together, and I will maybe try and do that again. I'll probably use this art again too because it's really fun and I really enjoyed using it. So you can see I just stuck it right over it, and then I used a couple of the quote boxes. I didn't use all of them, and I don't have to because I'll be able to use these again next year. So I ended up putting Kisses and Snowflake Wishes on the top there. I did use the date covers for this week and I did color block, although I probably didn't have to because the blues were also similar that they would have gone together. But um, this is where I really started to doubt whether I want to keep using date covers because they're really thick and I don't have as much room at the top as I did with my previous planners. So it makes laying down the deco harder and I don't know. It's just the spacing of it. It looks a little weird, but I used that pretty lantern and that February script is from Carly Plans. And then I just tried to space the deco out um, as best I could for the rest of this spread. So you do get to see the mugs, they come back in. But anyway, um, yeah. So, and I think I put the whole reinforcers on off camera because those are not easy to put on. But they have a functional importance. So, and then I had to cut the puppy's head. I hated doing that. I did not do that well, but anyway, okay, so that should be the full spread. And here we go. Now we're going to get into the day by day. So on Monday, I just marked that I did some work. That fairy icon is from Stick with the Plan Co. And then anything that's blue foil is from the bundle. I did mark that I had therapy in the afternoon, and that is from Once More with Love, and the script is from Carly Plans. For dinner this night, my friend was visiting us. And if you haven't seen my previous plan with me, she stayed with us on Sunday night and then she had to go into Uptown Charlotte for her work conference and she was staying at a hotel closer to work. So we had all these leftovers from City Barbecue and they were so delicious. So we ended up eating those for dinner for like the next couple of nights. And then those slippers are from Stick with the Plan Co. and excuse me, they're from Scribble Prince Co. Sorry, and the script is from Carly Plans. So then on Tuesday, I had to go to the doctor, and so I used a Once More with Love Brave sticker to mark that I was in my feelings. Um, I knew that the outcome of this doctor's appointment was not going to be good. And so after the blood work part was over, I just got in my car and sobbed. I could not stop crying. I just sobbed in the car. And that emoji is from Stick with the Plan Co. Um, in New York, if you're crying, you're doing it on the street, you're doing it in the subway. Most people don't have cars getting to and from work. So it's a more public thing. But crying in your car is definitely something that I did. Then, on my way to work, I listened to an audiobook, um, which was really, really good, called Enter the Body, which is the perspective of all of the young women in Shakespeare plays who've been killed off in service of the story, and they are talking to each other under the trapdoor. So that is a really fascinating premise. I highly recommend this audiobook or the regular book if you prefer the written version. But it's called Enter the Body by Joy McCullough, and it like got me through this day. Um, so I had to go to work, and I did get a call from my doctor confirming um, the bad news. And so I went home and um, was very upset and had two very large glasses of wine. Um, and that icon is from Chic Blossom Prints, which I'm pretty sure that store is no longer in business. I'm not sure. They've been closed for a while. So I did mark that I slept like shit on Wednesday night, probably due to the wine. Um, the next day, I marked that I started watching a show called The Pit, which stars Noah Wiley, and it's like one of the most realistic medical shows I've ever seen. It's very, very good. So I used the work foiled script to mark that I did speech therapy this day. I had to do session notes. And I was just trying to get back to my old self. Like I was having a really hard time because I was so tired and I'd had a really rough day. But the session notes script is from Plan Hannah. And then I used this little scribbler from Scribble Prints Co. to mark that I did a speech eval in my scrubs. I did have to FaceTime with my mom because my mom was having a lot of difficulty with her phone. Something was wrong with the passcode and she couldn't access it, so she had to do FaceTime on her computer. I did meet up with my friend after work before she flew home, and we went to Old Mecklenburg Brewery and we got to have dinner together, and that was priceless. That was like really, really um, the best way I could have ended my Wednesday. But yeah, this whole week was really, really rough after that negative result. So on Thursday, I just marked that I was watching The Pit. Um, I used an extra sampler from Plan Hannah, so that foiled TV is actually like a blue silver foil. Um, and then I had a virtual doctor's appointment with my doctor just to go over the results of that negative test, and that icon is from Shop Jessica Hart's. Um, I did have two IEP meetings back to back. One was an eligibility meeting, and one was, well, it was actually one meeting for the same student, but I had to do the eligibility part and the IEP in the same meeting. I just marked that I was still listening to Enter the Body. And then in a completely off color scheme for the rest of the spread, I used a sticker party flag to mark that we were watching Seinfeld because I was just going for comfort at this point and I needed something that was going to make me feel better. And I decided to use it because I thought it matched the yellow in some of the other parts of this spread, but it does kind of stick out like a sore thumb. Um, so on Friday, I marked that I took out the trash and recycling. Um, I did watch The Pit in the morning before I went to work. I do watch TV in the morning before I go to work. I know a lot of people don't do that, but I need a little break between waking up and getting in the car. So I usually give myself about a half hour to watch TV while I'm eating breakfast. Um, So I was just paring this sticker down a little bit to mark that I did have work. Once again, that fairy is from Stick with the Plan Co. Then I marked that I had to do another speech eval, and I used that same scribbler in the blue scrubs from Scribble Prints Co. That speech eval script is from Hannah. It's a custom. And then I also did some session notes this day, and I used this little foil book stack, and that script is another custom. And then after this, I marked that I did a grocery run because I didn't get to go to Publix on Wednesday. So I went on Friday after work, and then I came home and cuddled with Frank, and we watched Your Honor in the evening, which is a really good show. And that little tiny cuddling icon is from Beautiful Mess Plans Co. It's very, very tiny. So on Saturday, I just marked that I slept in, and then I woke up, and before my husband woke up, I finished Enter the Body, and I started reading Funny Story. It's for my book club. I'm not really into Emily Henry. I'm kind of disappointed. I really wanted to like her stuff, but it feels a little like contrived to me. It's just not my thing. Um, I did make avocado toast and French press coffee. That avocado toast sticker is from Carly Plans. And then I marked that I did a little retail shopping online, just a little retail therapy to cheer me up. Um, I did film a sticker haul. So that sticker is from the foil bundle. And then we did order sushi from Yoshi's because we didn't get to have it earlier in the week. And it was a movie night, and we watched Kazam. Um, actually, no. We watched Moulin Rouge. This is what we watched. We watched Moulin Rouge and we watched Kazam the week before. So I may have messed that up in my previous plan with me. Sorry. But yeah, my husband had never seen Moulin Rouge, so we watched that. And then on Sunday, I never filled it in, but I just wrote that I slept like ick, and we did have a little cuddle sesh, and then I did do some planning in the morning, and then for the rest of the day, I marked that I did some cleaning, I did laundry, I read Funny Story, and then I just wrote with my love at the end. Um, we did watch the Super Bowl, or at least part of the Super Bowl, but I ended up, I think, changing that sticker out because it didn't really fit where I needed it to, so I ended up pulling that out. Um, but yeah, my husband went to bed a little earlier than I did, and I saw just enough of the Super Bowl. I watched through the halftime show, and then eventually I went to bed, so I didn't even see the rest of the game, but it was pretty clear that the Eagles were gonna win. So that is the full spread. Um, I just love blue foil. I think it's my favorite foil of the year, and it's something I'm going to keep coming back to again and again because it just works. So anyway, that is the full final spread. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for the next plan with me. They will get better and happier, I hope. But yeah, I really loved putting this down, and this was a very hard week, but I'm glad it looks like this in my planner. All right, have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye.